Yep. Oh, the sun's out. Hey! It was only like 5 minutes later, I just uploaded the video and came back out again. So yeah, Jesus, Danu, Bridget, Hene Nui Te Pō, Tane Mahuta. Again, the majority of these beings, they don't really care if I worship them or not. So long as, like, you know what I mean by it's like respect, as in like I listen to what they have to say, and I respect what they have to say, and I show appreciation. So yes, I used to do this every week, but then I listen to wisdom with people who have lived experience. So if you have these spiritual people saying that you should leave if you do a personal tarot reading, you should only do one every 4 to 6 weeks because it sets the intention. I was doing that for a while, then I forgot about that, and then I started doing it once a week again. But then I searched it up, and then I was reminded when I searched it up. So I wrote down my intentions, what I want from this year and what I'm willing to give up, which is basically whatever it takes to get these things. But I'm not going to write them out here because that's just silly. Nothing wrong with them. Because over in Europe, like Scotland and Ireland and probably other places, Halloween was actually called Samhain or Samhain. Like there's a certain night, like Halloween night is Samhain, but the period is Samhain, and it's known as the New Year. Obviously about 6 months of the year over there is like winter or very, very cold. So it may seem dark, but the thing is that's because it's reflecting the weather. And it's like they say, even though that's the reality, the life comes out of darkness. Like, when you're in your mother's womb, it's not all this bright and light in there. So the darkness gives birth to things. Darkness gives birth to and then you come out to the light. So yeah, just left there like that. And I intended to have 4 beers last night because but I intended to have 4 beers last night, but as you guys can see, there's still 3 there because I only had 1. So you have your patron and your matron, and I'll clean up that mess after I've see, I got all the food sorted for the day. See all that there? Then there's the chicken and the wedges for sandwiches and stuff cooking in the oven, so whatever comes first I'll eat now. Masculine, feminine. And whatever is like being, Oh, and I'll show you my guys the book. So these are the ones I finished that has got nothing to do with, because I personally like audiobooks and I personally just watch a lot of podcasts and stuff like that. But this is the ones from the physical ones, meaning I couldn't find them on audiobook. So that's all the physical ones in the past 3 years that I finished. So I'm gonna, after I finish reading the Apocrypha, which is here, I'm going to read all of these books, as well as search up like the other Gospels that were taken out of the Bible, and I'm going to get the Mary Poppins book series. But then there's, they might say, oh, you need to do all the study in that for, whatever work situation I find myself in. So adaptation is needed. It's a clear example of once I get into something, it's like, you got to use it for the positive. It's never going to change, you know what I mean? Like, I know for the rest of my life, physical fitness and, physical fitness and spirituality things is, because people say, oh, autistic people have special interests, but for me it's just like, passionate interests. But the thing is they come and they go every year or two. But the physical fitness stuff, as well as the spirituality and all that type of thing, that's been with me since I was I suppose it was in my nappies, but wasn't reading about it, but been reading about it since I was a toddler. So that physical fitness and other things like that, and the spiritual stuff is going to happen until forever. What was I going to say? Oh yeah, the other things I do at the gym is just the stretches, and then go do 3 sets of 30 bicep curls with the size 10, and then a 3 kilometer run, and then the wind down that I said before in the previous recording. And then the works is when I do the stretch up, I do the push up routine that I said in the previous recording, and sup bowl. Bunch of pussies. I don't know, he might not be doing it to me either, but I just noticed that when I go stay at I go out the house, and then I'll be staying at a certain place for a while if either isolated or no one else is in sight. And even now I won't be isolated, people around the corner or whatever. And then but if I'm walking down walking somewhere, bump into someone who's looking, and then they end up being nice, or what I mean, things don't happen, and then you work on the way back, and they see you again. But it could be just because they're walking. Always good to operate out of the positive, but also be aware of, but if I'm sitting in a spot or somewhere, or just chilling out, you can bet within 10 minutes someone's gonna slowly go past, or someone's gonna honk. They're looking at me, and then or they're gonna honk their horn, or they're gonna do something stupid like that. It used to make me go what the, But over time, that's been going on since I was a teenager. So over time, it's just, because I know if they tried to do something, I'm not afraid, because they very, 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 very rarely do. And when they very, very, very rarely do, they come out and they mouth off and say a few things. But I know that if things were to escalate, I'd do something too. So, and you just know how to spot it from a while away. So, yeah, and what else was I going to say? I just hope that I get to the point where I don't need to spend either $100 or $200 every time I achieve one of the goals I set out for the year. I always set 4 or 5 goals, and I have this need come upon me that I've been trying to stop for a while, but I just got to celebrate whenever I achieve one of them.